Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This is a missing, not missing person. Her name is Tylah Shaniyah Faith Carter, 12 years old. 12 years old, and she is in the habit of running away. So she's 12 years old, and this is not her first rodeo. So you can understand the situation at her home, if you want to call it a home. You could understand the situation where when she came into this domain where she found herself, okay, you could understand the bad situation that has to be. And then she frequents Queen's Park, Tudor Street, and Queen's Park, St. Christopher Church. I don't know where St. Christopher Christ Church is, okay, wherever that is, but she's frequenting. When you hear about Queen's Park, you kind of know what happens in that environment around that area. But anyhow, someone sent this to me, and they said that the way she was described was as though they were describing an animal. And here is the description. Let me go to the beginning. Her name is Tylah Carter. She's 12 years old, out of a Breedy land. No pun intended in the Breedy land, Christ Church. She goes to the Vaughn secondary school, and she was last seen on Saturday, the 15th of November, 2025. Today is the 17th, okay? She's 5 feet 7 inches tall. So she's pretty tall for a 12-year-old, okay? Very tall for a 12-year-old. She is dark in complexion, slim build, has an oval face with small brown eyes, thick eyebrows, small nose, full lips, large ears, broad forehead, pointed chin. Her ears are pierced once, and she has thick legs and thick calves. She has an erect appearance, speaks with a Bajan accent, and is currently wearing her hair braided in a pineapple style. She was last seen wearing yellow shirt and short khaki pants. That's how she was described. And the areas where she frequents: Queen's Park, Tudor Street, St. Christopher Christ Church area, okay? And she's in the habit of running away. Now, this is what she looks like. Here is Tylah Carter. This is what she looks like. And this is what the person who sent this to me had to say about her. This is what he said. This is what the person said. They said, let me get it there. Let me go to the area. Okay, here it is. The above is a description of the missing girl in Barbados. This description fits the description of a runaway slave or a wild animal. Okay, a missing white, Indian, or Chinese Bajan would never have been described in that manner. And if they were to describe a person, and if they were described like that, the person who issued the description, law enforcement or media person, would have been fired from their job immediately. How can Barbados claim to be the proudest nation in the world? Do you really claim to be the proudest? How do you measure being proud? Is there a measurement for that? Is there a mathematical number that goes along with measuring how proud someone feels? How do you measure that? But this is what the person is saying, that you claim to be the proudest nation in the world and is 95% black, and you allow your own to let the world see you being described as a runaway slave and or a wild animal, okay? So that's what the commenter or the person, the blogger, wanted to say when they sent me this particular blog. They're saying that the way the Barbados police and the media describe human beings, black human beings. It's almost like describing a slave, a runaway slave, or a wild animal. There was a time that they were mentioned if they were big-breasted or small-breasted. There was a time that they would say that. I don't know if I missed it in this one, but there was a time that it was obscene. It was actually obscene, but not that it needs to be, but it seemed that way, it felt that way, okay? It just felt that way. Maybe it's because of the place it's coming from. I don't know. But Tylah is in the habit of running away. She's from Breedy land, and that's the next thing you're gonna hear, that she may be pushing out. It goes without saying, okay? It goes without saying that Tylah is missing, but not missing. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.